Alright, hello everybody. Travis here for Tpull's Corner, and we're starting with the deck tech instead of the battle first because we're dealing with the premades. So we're just a little more than halfway, I guess we're right at the halfway mark for going through all 10 decks. And what I've done is I've moved this into my decks, and I've changed it to standard just so you can see the highlight for the one change that they did. So they added in this Alchemy card, and this is what Wizards of the Coast has done this time. They have taken all 10 premades and they've made them all with a little smattering of Alchemy cards and or Lord of the Rings cards, so that you have to face them in Alchemy. You have to play them in Alchemy. And here's March Toward Perfection. You get a boon whenever you cast your next Phyrexian creature spell. That creature enters the battle with an additional +1/+1 counter and a Death Touch counter on it. So you draft a card from March Toward Perfection's spellbook. And there's a lot of good cards that you can draft. There's some mythic rares in there. So what it'll do is it'll pop up 3 of these 15 choices and you get to choose one to stick into your hand. And they give you a couple of those. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and stay in Alchemy. I'm going to change this back from standard to Alchemy for now. And we'll just go in and we'll see how the deck works. This one's called Legions of Phyrexia. As you might imagine from this particular, whenever you cast your next Phyrexian spell, this is Phyrexian Tribal. Mostly March of the Machines and Phyrexia all will be 1 cards. And let's go ahead and jump right in. We'll just discard the changes. And let's go in and pick a little battle. Not ranked. We won't go into ranked. We'll just go into Alchemy play for a change. Wizards of the Coast is continually trying to get us to try Alchemy, to the point that whenever you log on, if you're like me, if your setup is like mine, I'm assuming it's universal, they automatically have Alchemy selected as the place you want to go in and play. Whenever you go to find a match, it's like, Alchemy? You want to go to Alchemy? Wizards is like, please, play Alchemy? And we're like, no, why don't you remember that I keep going into standard and just stop making me change the button every time that I log on. But they did some interesting changes. I still think it should be firewalled. Did a whole video essay on it and how they should separate it and make all new cards for it. But they chose to continue with the rotation there, so they're trying to sort of let us have our cake and eat it too. If we're poor and starving, we can stay in Modern Standard and continue playing with the cards that we've accumulated longer. And so they delayed rotation for a year. For Alchemy, Alchemy continues the standard rotation. So if you think the meta is stale, you're tired of playing with the same cards, you want new, fresh, exciting, there's Alchemy for you. So they're giving us a choice. And they said that that was only stage 1 of what they were going to do, and that they would continue to do other things later. And I don't think that they announced this. I don't think that they've written up about this. I think we just exile this and incubate for 2. Here we go. But I think this is part of their strategy is when came time to do the next round of premades, they put just a couple of Alchemy cards in so that it's the default. And a lot of players, if they do want to check out the premades, they're going to go along with it, right? They're going to go into Alchemy. And so that's all fitting with Wizards' aim to try and say, okay, you can play, you know, Magic's for everybody, you can play whatever you want to play, but we are asking you to check this place out. And that doesn't seem harmful, but at the same time, they only put in like 2, 3, 4 cards, so it is very easy to strip those out, change it to standard, and add in a couple of your own cards, your own card choices. Should I just go get a land? No, if they want to discard that, they can. I don't need to discard that to go get a land. Then they might take away a different card. They do anyway. They don't like Sculpted Perfection. So I think I'm okay with Wizard's strategy here. Any target is going to be my face. Do you have a dragon to reveal? No. I encounter this a lot with Invasion of Tarkir. People most often don't have a dragon in their hand when they're doing that. Yeah, you tapped out for that, so this is a good reason, good way, good method to get rid of the toxic creature. In the meantime, we are at risk of more discard spells, but I'd rather just sort of keep Benelish Speaker in the hand and use it as creature removal. Okay, so I guess we'll put that down. That allows us to play Infected Defector. Say that 3 times fast. And if you kill it, you will only make me stronger, as they say. Because we can just incubate for 3. And they are digging. The throwaway Immortal Phoenix? They must have some way to bring that back, right? I mean, you get the treasure and you can pay for the casting cost. What is up with this land? I guess I'm just attacking. I feel like I'm in a good place. I can play the Benelish Sleeper if they put down something I don't like, and if they try and do something with haste, I have an instant that I can use to destroy it. So again, just worried about discard. It's possible that they need a second... No, they don't. They don't need to worry about mana colors, right? They got treasure. They could have a second black energy source if they need it. But they're still digging for something. What do you want? Do they have something that's going to bring everything back to the battlefield? Because that's my favorite card right there. This only works on creatures, right? Yeah, it doesn't work on artifacts. Alright, we're going to see if I can scale past this thing. Kind of would like to, at least one other spell besides just land at this point. I mean, literally, it's 7 lands to 5 spells. It's a little ridiculous, isn't it? Good way to get rid of that. Do I kick this? Seriously, that's 8. Yeah, let's just kick it. These two will cancel each other out. I'll go ahead and attack for 4. They're going to try and get this battle won. The Alabaster Host Intercessor is actually not the best to deal with Urbrath's Forge, because we want to have an opponent that we can actually stick around on the battlefield that we can exile. You know, I'm okay with exiling tokens, but maybe I need some way to turn this into a flash spell. That is not in this current deck configuration, is it, Wizards? We're the Phyrexian deck. We're the ones that are supposed to have all these incubation tokens ready to go. So we should be able to handle if they just create tokens out of the blue like this. But the right cards are not popping up. Mostly because we're just getting land. 7 card initial draw, and we still got just the 5 land, or the 5 spells. Maybe if we keep hitting them in the face, it wouldn't matter if they get that battle. We can just use Deadly Derision on them if they get it. Every time they hit the battle, they're not hitting us in the face, right? That's right. For only having 2 cards, they're taking a long time to think about things. At last, we have a spell we can cast. Hey, it's my turn. You had your turn. Okay, I think Phyrexian Flesh Gorger. And can we full cast that now? So, this was all part of Wizard's plan, right? It gets the boon as well. It already has Death Touch, doesn't it? No, it had Menace and Lifelink, so it gets Death Touch too. So, thank you, Wizards, because you gave me 8 lands precisely so that I could full cast a Phyrexian Fleshgorger. You were on my side all along. This was all part of your grand design. Because I'm playing one of your premade decks in Alchemy like you want. So you have blessed me. Yes? That's what happened? That must be what happened. Life is good. Let that be a lesson to everyone. Simply do what Wizards of the Coast wants. Everything will turn out fine. And never complain when the deck deals you land. Never again. If it floods me out this match, I'll still complain. I'm American. It's what I do. Okay, I kind of like this opening even better because we get the Phyrexian Awakenings, so we get the incubation right away. Plus, all Phyrexians have Vigilance, which is kind of fun. We got 2 of the sleepers, eh? Ah, classic card. But you already have lifelink. You gain Death Touch and Indestructible. Why would you bother doing that? I don't understand that. We're just gonna get rid of that thing. And you can put a +1/+1 counter on it in the grave. 3 cards down for the price of 1.
Shiver.
And they already got a
Make your
Planeswalker.
fear known to me. Yes, this memory will do.
Okay. I didn't get a land. After flooding me out with 8 or 9 lands last time, it's decided we're going to stick at 3.
Delicious agony.
It's accurately named Wicked Manipulator. This is a wicked Planeswalker.
So much trauma from which to choose.
Okay, we can kick this, right? So I can still remove this thing in my way. 3 energy. Let me get rid of you. To get rid of something that costs 6, and there goes away the Planeswalker. Okay, battlefield cleared once again.
I appreciate
I still kind of have some useless cards here that I can't cast. It doesn't hurt me to attack since I have Vigilance. Interesting. They chump block so early? They could have built that up over time if they thought they had the time. Nightmare! Okay. Now would be a good time for me to get 1 more land. Just 1. No, not a land. Oh, wait. Yeah, I'm good. Sorry. Learn to do math, Travis. 4 is not that hard a number to come up with. Okay, 4 is the perfect number for this deck. True, Infected Defector is 5, but still. We got 5 with the treasure. Let's do this puppy again. I do like the Benelli Sleeper when he's on my side. What does this puppy do? When it enters Incubate 2, whenever it transforms, add another counter. Don't mind if I do. keep you behind, I guess. You're not meant to go into battle. It's strange that they made the Inquisitor into a knight, but the knight isn't. It's a 1/1, and the whole point is it adds +1 counters to other things. I'm not sure why they would make that a knight. It seems like it should be some other creature type. But I haven't explored the idea of a knight tribal with a Phyrexian locus. Ooh. That's a fun card from Aftermath. We'll just let you die. And then you can convoke. And kill you now. And 2 more lands. You know what? I'll take one. No, I've got enough. I've got enough. We're good. Ta-da! Well, so far the deck is handling nicely, isn't it? And by coincidence, or whatever synchronicity you like, my daily chore is to cast white or black spells. So I'm going to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, which I love to do. In the meantime, I'm also actually petting my cat who's asking for attention, so I'm really accomplishing 3 things. I'm so productive! Who says you can't multitask? Okay, here's where my OCD takes over. I don't have a 2-mana spell, really. I want to keep this for the kicker. So, we don't put down the tap lands yet. We use that as the divider between our plains and our swamps. Just a little mini game I play with myself when I feel like. I started playing Magic the Gathering back around 3rd edition and Unlimited edition, so every now and then... let's see. I could do Ichor Drinker. I think Loaded Processor is fine to put down now. So I've been playing the game for a long time. I did stop for a while and then I came back. But I've got several years under my belt. So when they went to online and I found this new version of Arena here, I developed a couple of different mini games, one of which is this librarian-type obsessive-compulsive order of making sure that the lands match the types on each side. And if I can do that and actually still win, I consider that a bonus points for me. What do I do against these guys? I can return that creature whenever I want, which is kind of cool. I can do ossification if I want. How about if I just leave... I'll just leave mana open to transform my incubator token. Ossification is to be used for something greater than a 2/2. Something like that. Yes. You can't risk attacking into that, can you? But you tapped out, which means you're going to lose the Cold Blade. I'm not sure if they thought about that. Maybe they thought it was worth the sacrifice. But I don't think you have a way to deal with enchantments. I mean, black has 1 card, basically. And I'm okay with committing everything into the attack to try and start evening things out. And I can get my infected defector out. Fire inscription. So now you've got a small creature that can only be blocked by power 1, and you can bring him back whenever you want. And help when you cast instants and sorceries. Do you just use that as a blocker then? Or do you actually attack me with it? And when do I bring back my bloated processor? Ooh. We can attack with you, and if you want to be a chump blocker, you can. But to bring it back, it costs 3. That's basically a whole turn just to save you from 3 points of damage each turn, and I'm adding to my board, so you need to remove something. But removing this is kind of an insidious card. Yeah, first looking, you're paying 5 for a 4/3, which is not too impressive, but the fact that when you kill it, you automatically let me get, for just 2 more energy, get another 3/3 right away. That's basically 7/6 for 7 spread out over 2 turns. That's a good deal. And it doesn't sound like it, right? Because it doesn't sound like it's too overpowering. Because you spend 5 now, you spend 2 to transform it later. Total 7. You do 2 creatures, their added power and toughness are 7/6 for 7. I don't understand. Did you hit me with lightning to the face just to deal 5 damage with fiery inscription? That's all you did? That's it? Huh. It didn't seem worthwhile. I still would have used the lightning bolt to take out the defector. It seemed like a waste to go hit my face. Perfect timing for the land. Let's take the dragon engine away. And we have vigilance, so we don't care about who attacks anymore. Because we basically turn this into a game of Iron Man football. Offense and defense are all the same people. Every single turn. And you're spending 4 energy every turn to bring that back and bring a 1/2 down. Very inefficient. Oh, we have 2 of them now. Oh, opponent. This is your deck? I don't understand. I don't understand. Well, I do. You wanted to meld. I like to meld too. The nice thing is this deck seems to be pretty good. It's delivering a variety, right? It's not just creatures we're getting. We're getting enchantments, we're getting removal. I'm using the extra creature as like another kind of spell to bring back a creature. The Phyrexian in the March of the Machines, they seem to be, and this is actually Dominaria United, but it's all part of the Phyrexian storyline. And I think Wizards did a really good job of interweaving these 3 expansions together and making sure that there's good synergies across the sets. It does leave you a lot to explore and a lot to do, a lot of different cards that you can mash up together and find all sorts of combos with. Oh, so since we have some new subscribers this month, I have to remind you, if you are brand new, please subscribe to the channel. If you have subscribed, please like our videos. Like this one, for example. You can like this one. This one is geared towards the newer players who might not be familiar with exporting decks from the starter decks and importing them into my decks and changing the Alchemy to standard and taking out the Alchemy cards and putting in your own choice cards, and then poof! You can play them as modern standard cards instead of in the Alchemy arena. He said good game. And then he attacked my face. Is that nice? He also took out Ichor Grimmer. Say good game and then you still attack me? How dare you? No, I guess I pay for it. Okay, that's... what is that? Three wins? Okay, so what else do I need to talk to you about? I need to tell you, if you haven't heard yet, there's a poll on the community page. So just go to my YouTube channel, hit community, and there's only 3 or 4 polls on there entirely, but a lot of them involve Alchemy, I think. But this latest one is basically me quizzing you on what you think of what Wizards did with these decks. I think that they're actually, I'm guessing, I don't want to speak for them, but I'm guessing that they wanted to have the best of both worlds. They wanted to encourage us to try Alchemy format more, to play in Alchemy. They sprinkled these pre-made decks with some attractive Alchemy cards that are kind of fun. The Alchemy cards are fun to play with, and they still, but they didn't go overboard. They didn't put like 10 Alchemy cards in. They made it easy for you to just, hey, if you want to go ahead and take these into standard, just take out a couple of these cards, put in whatever you want to replace them, and poof, you got a good modern standard deck. So it's not too difficult on us. It's not hard to accomplish. But they're still working on these little baby steps to try and say, hey, give Alchemy a try. And I don't begrudge them that. They spent a lot of time and effort on this idea, and the idea of having digital-only cards is not a bad idea. But I do wish they had implemented it differently. I do wish it was firewalled into a separate game. It could still be Magic, right? It would be Magic Alchemy, but I don't want to see the crossover between the two card sets. If you're going to do digital only, I don't want those to infect Historic. You know what I mean? That's my own personal opinion. So I would structure it differently, but I don't know if they'll ever do that. The more that time that passes that they don't, the less of a chance that they'll do that, because this will just become institutionalized. This will be the way it always was. And you know how things are when people suggest changes like 5 years later. They're like, no, but this is the way it's been. This is what we do. It'd be so hard to change now. You know, the sooner we could convince them to firewall it off and change it, the better. But this is the current course. It seems like it's an okay course of action. But I've got the pull up there anyway to get your opinion. Did they not add enough Alchemy cards if they were going to do this? Are you going to ignore the Alchemy cards and just take this into standard anyway? Do you feel disgusted that these are 10 premades that you feel are just, you don't even want to touch them now because they're tainted with the specter of Alchemy and you detest Alchemy that much? I don't know. I got 3 or 4 choices on the poll for you to answer, and you can always leave a comment if those answers don't address the spectrum of thought that you have. So I want to know your opinion. And we want Odysseus to make a move. And yet again, if Wizards is going to make a new format, let's make it a YouTube format so that when we go to record videos, people know they're in the YouTube channel format of Magic and they're not allowed to rope on turn 1. I would have fewer roping timers, and I would disallow roping on turn 1. If you wait too long to the... Well, never mind, they just quit anyway. I thought this was, you know, if Wizards is enforcing... Oh, did they turn off the 50% win-loss rule because I'm doing what they want? I have a new conspiracy theory. Ooh, pilfer. I'm playing their premade. I'm doing their bidding. I'm advertising Alchemy. I'm playing in the Alchemy format with their Alchemy premade deck. I haven't lost yet. All I have to do is become the toady of Wizards of the Coast. And I can get my 15 wins in 15 games. I'm brilliant. Genius move. And I get to go first. How can I lose? It's going to be a wonderful day, ladies and gentlemen. I've just cracked the code. We will be undefeated. That's my prediction. Ha! Impassioned orator. I spit on your impassioned orator! Well, that sounds bad. That's a cleric. You don't really want to spit on clerics, do they? That's not nice. A siege veteran. I spit on your veteran! No, wait. Everything I say is sounding bad. Evil. Maybe I can just destroy it. If I destroy it, I can... yeah, this allows me to surveil twice, too, so... I think I'm okay with that. If I get the land first, I can cast the Infected Defector. And if they have a board wipe, it just incubates it. In the meantime, I've got time to go get my 6th land for the Intercessor. That doesn't work? I need you to kill it. How dare you? Okay, we'll do it this way. It's fine. It's fine. We're still gonna win. We'll do it this way. I see your fencing race, ace. I raise you an Ichor Drinker with sculpted perfection. Oh, hello. Ouch. Ouch. These people are so mean. I don't have 5. Okay, so, ossification it is. Let's go put that on a different land. Take out the ace. And we can activate this. And I can get some life back. Ta-da! We equalized the battle stage already. Equal life. Inspiring Commander. I spit on your Inspiring Commander! So can I do 2 of those? Bam bam! And there's no penalty against attacking. And you have to do 2 or less. And that's a 4. So I get you no card draw. No card draw for you. Uh-oh. Non-legendary creatures get +1. Ah! There's something that's just so cool when you realize you can't lose. Something happens to you. You start laughing maniacally. I'm playing the Wizards deck! They made this deck! They wanted to advertise Alchemy. They wanted the players to go play in Alchemy. I'm doing what they want. Poor Zuko. You just don't have a chance. You're up against, dare I say it, sculpted perfection. We've frozen them. Undefeated! Total victory! It's gonna be a quick night. I'm gonna get my arena chores done. There we go, we've already done the cast 30 white or black spells. Let's go in and we will show you the deck one more time. And there you have it. We only had the one March to Perfection show up once, but we did get to show you how it works. It is a fun card. The boons are not bad. And the fact that you could get these different types of cards, it does add a little bit of like an element of chance to the game, but an element of like Christmas surprise, like, ooh, what am I gonna get? what kind of choice? Am I going to like these choices? Let me pick my favorite of the three and stick it in my deck and get more ammo that's not even part of the original build. So I don't mind these spellbook cards. They are kind of fun. And I guess it would be a little bit difficult to do this in table physical arena unless you already possessed all of the other cards with it, which would be cumbersome. It could be done, but it would be very cumbersome. So yeah, that's my new conspiracy theory. Just go take out a pre-made deck like this and just play it in Alchemy. Get your wins for the day. You'll go undefeated. It doesn't matter. Wizards has waived the 50% win-loss requirement if you play with their pre-made deck, right? And playing the format they want you to spend time in. They will be so happy with you. They will reward you with just constant wins. They will give you like 8 lands so you can cast a full Phyrexian, what do you call it? The Phyrexian Flesh Gorger, right on curve. That's what they do. It's just awesome. All right, we'll leave it there. Remember to like and subscribe. Go check out the poll. Leave me your answer. Let me know what you think of this particular deck here. And we'll round off. I think we've got 4 more decks to go in the pre-made series. We'll get to those all eventually within the next couple weeks, probably. Thanks, everybody. Have a good one.